All right. Hi, everyone. This is Happy here with Kickflip. We are in New Jersey right now, and I thought it would be fun to change up my blog post and do a little audio recording and an interview with my dad, aka Kickflip. So, to start off, today's day 34, but since I missed the post yesterday, we're going to talk about day 33. We hiked 15.5 miles through western New Jersey. It was probably around 85 degrees and like 90% humidity. It was pretty sweaty out there. We started around 8 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't officially set up camp until about 7 p.m. We didn't hike for those 11 hours. We took a lot of pit stops in between, but it was definitely a long day, and we were feeling pretty tired at camp, so we decided to do this little recording today instead. So Kickflip here has been hiking with me for, as of now, 5 days. By the end of today, he will have hiked 44 miles, which personally I think is pretty impressive for a rookie. And I'm just going to ask him some questions to see how it's been going for him. So Kickflip, to start off this morning, how are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good this morning. Yeah, surprisingly, after how tired I was last night.
Yeah. And for yesterday, how were you feeling last night?
Very, very tired and sore all over.
What in particular was feeling sore?
My feet were the worst. Definitely the feet were very sore, and my shoulders from the pack.
Yeah.
Those seem to bother me the most.
And how heavy is your pack that you've been carrying?
I think it's around between 23 and 25 pounds, depending on water.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, and we were carrying a decent amount of water yesterday because it was so humid. We were losing a lot. So yesterday, did you have a high and a low that you want to talk about?
I think maybe the low, there were two low points. One was at the very end of the day, the last couple of miles, we had that rocky incline. That was pretty rough. And then earlier in the day, you were way ahead of me. It was really wet, and it was another rocky incline, and I had this gnat that was sitting right in front of my eyeball that I could not get rid of. Got pretty angry at that. But the highs overall, I think, I think chilling at camp at the end of the night, feeling like this was the longest hike I'd ever done.
15.5 miles.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it felt pretty good to do that, and also just to relax. And it was a beautiful campground, little stream coming through, and just to spend time with you.
Woohoo! Yeah, and we met a lot of different people yesterday. Do you have any people that stood out to you that you remember?
Well, I definitely remember Fudge Stripe, just for the name, but super nice guy. I also talked to Guru G, who's, I think he's British or Scottish. Who turns out he had spent some time as a monk in Sri Lanka. Really interesting guy, nice guy, always positive. And Frodo seemed to be a really nice guy. We only had a few minutes with him, but a really nice guy. And then that one kid we met on the top of the New Jersey platform that was contemplating hiking. He really wanted to do it, but was kind of stuck in life, keeping him from it. What about you?
Well, going back to that guy, we hiked about 14 and a half miles up to a big, built wooden pavilion that looked out over New Jersey. And it was right near the highest point in New Jersey. And so we set up on that big platform, and we cooked our dinner and had a little bit of a recovery. And this guy was probably in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, came up and just had a beer and was talking to us and kind of interviewing us about how the trail is going, because he's been really considering it. And he just applied for a new job, so he's waiting to hear back for that. And he was like, if I get the job, I can't do the hike, and if I don't get it, then I can. So it's a win-win. But
yeah, and you wished him that he wouldn't get the job.
Yeah, I was like, bro, sorry, but I hope you don't get it. Because then he'd be able to do it. And this is such a wonderful experience, even though it can be really, really hard at times. I just hope he gets out there. For your overall hike for the 5 days that you've done with me, which was more than we originally anticipated, you were planning on doing, 3 with me and then the 0?
Yeah, and then going home, and decided to do another day and, a couple miles today.
Yeah, so what has been your overall experience? Anything that surprised you? Anything that didn't surprise you?
I think what surprised me is how much I really liked it. I was only planning on a few days, had my head in the game that this would be, a lot of work, and would I enjoy it, and just, general fear of the unknown, and it turned out to be, a ton of work, but so worth it. It's just so secluded and beautiful, and again, a lot of time with you and your mother at various stops, and our day off was great, so it turned into a very different kind of vacation, and I loved it. I want to do more of this.
I'm glad. I also want to mention that my mom has been acting as kind of trail support, trail magic throughout this whole thing. So she has been driving to different parking lots and road crossings and meeting us with food and drinks and supplies. She's helped out a number of hikers who I was with at the beginning of the week. She got one guy named Biodome a penny board because he's been gunning for a penny board for a while. So she's just been awesome, and it's been so awesome to be out here and to have my parents out here. It's been refreshing, a change of pace. I've had different people to hike with, and it's just been a great week. So thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast. A really kind of a life-changing experience.
Woohoo! Woo. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like this change of pace, this different post. Maybe I'll interview some other people down the road, but that's all for now. I love you. I'm glad I exist.
I'm glad I exist too.